हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम वंस अगेन। आज हम लोग देखने वाले हैं वर्ब। ओके, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक इन इंग्लिश ग्रामर। अगर आप लोग इंग्लिश ग्रामर सीखना चाहते हैं तो आपको टेंस सीखना जरूरी है, और अगर आप लोग टेंस को अच्छे से सीखना चाहते हैं तो आपको वर्ब सीखना बहुत जरूरी है। सो आज मैं आप लोगों के लेकर आया हूं वर्ब एंड इट्स फॉर्म्स। ओके, सो क्लास स्टार्ट करने से पहले सबसे पहले हम लोग देख लेते हैं डेफिनेशन ऑफ वर्ब। means what is mean by verb. So according to the simple and short definition, we can say that a verb is a word which denotes action in the sentence. So verb is a word which denotes action in the sentence. Means if there is any word in the sentence which denotes the action which is happening or going to happen or already happened is called as verb. So verb is the main word in the sentence on which the whole construction of the sentence is dependent. So if the verb is in present tense, then the tense of the sentence will also be present tense. If the verb is in past tense, then the tense of the sentence will also be past tense. If the verb is in future tense, then the tense of the sentence will also be future tense. Means tense depends on verb. Tense depends on verb. It never happens that the verb is in one tense and the tense of the sentence is in another tense. It never happens. It never happens. ये कभी नहीं हो सकता कि सेंटेंस का जो टेंस है वो अलग है और सेंटेंस का वर्ब जो है वो किसी दूसरे टेंस में है। तो इस वजह से यहाँ पर ये बात देखना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है कि सेंटेंस का जो वर्ब होता है, सेंटेंस के अंदर जो वर्ड हमको एक्शन डिनोट करता है वो जिस टेंस में होता है, सेंटेंस का टेंस भी वही होता है। Okay, now let us see the different forms of verb. There are 5 forms of verbs. There are 5 forms of verb. V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. There are total 5 forms of verb. I am not talking about types, I am talking about forms. Okay, when we have seen noun, then we have seen the types of noun. When we have seen pronoun, then we have seen the types of pronoun. When we have seen adjective, then we have seen the types of adjectives. But now we are learning verb, and there are forms of verb. There are forms of verb and there are total 5 forms of verb. Number 1, V1. It is the present tense form. It is a present tense form of verb. For example, go, come, sleep, eat, drink, walk, talk. Okay, V2, it is past tense form of verb. It is the past tense form of verb. For example, go का हो जाएगा went, come का हो जाएगा came. ओके, इस तरीके से जो है ये वर्ब का सेकंड जो फॉर्म होता है ये पास्ट टेंस फॉर्म होता है। इट विल बी अ पास्ट टेंस फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब। V3, पास्ट पार्टिसिपल फॉर्म. It is a past participle form of verb. Past participle form is the most important form of verb because in passive voice we use only this form. We use only this form. No other form of verb can be used in passive voice. We use only V3 in passive voice in all the tenses, in all the sentences. Okay, now the fourth one is present participle or ing form. It is called as present participle and the second name is ing form of verb. If we add ing to any V1 form of verb, then it will become V4. Means we can say that V4 is equal to V1 plus ing. For example, go, going, come, coming, eat, eating, drink, drinking, sleep, sleeping, walk, walking, talk, talking. Something like that. And the last form is S or ES form of verb. S or ES form of verb. It is also present tense form of verb. So यहां आप लोगों के दिमाग में एक बात आ रही होगी कि जब हम लोगों के पास V1 फॉर्म है प्रेजेंट टेंस का, तो हमको V5 की क्या जरूरत है? जब हमारे पास V1 फॉर्म है ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट टेंस का, तो हमको V5 की जरूरत क्या पड़ती है? तो देखो कुछ ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं सेंटेंस में. सब्जेक्ट मींस डूअर ऑफ द एक्शन, जो हम लोग आने वाले वीडियोस में देखेंगे. व्हाट इज मीन बाय सब्जेक्ट? सब्जेक्ट मींस डूअर ऑफ द एक्शन, जो उस वर्ब को करता है, जो उस एक्शन को करता है. इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज डूअर ऑफ द एक्शन सब्जेक्ट इन द सेंटेंस. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस, according to the subject of the sentence or subject in the sentence, we have to use sometimes V1 and sometimes V5. Sometimes we have to use V1 in present tense and sometimes V5. Let me explain. There are certain subjects with which we can use V1. And there are certain subjects with which we can use V5. For example, I, we, you, they. With these subjects, we have to use V1. We have to use V1. And he, she, it, and any noun. With the subjects he, she, it or any noun, we have to use V5. We have to use V5. For example, I go to my school. Here the subject is I. Here the doer of action is I. Subject. Therefore, we have used go V1 with this subject. But if we take second example, he goes to his school. He goes to his school. Here, he is subject, the doer of the action. Therefore, we have used goes V5. And not go. We have used goes because according to the rule we have to use V5 with he, she, it or any noun. If you use any noun, for example, third example, Ramesh, then we have to use goes. Ramesh goes to his school, because here Ramesh is subject and we have used the fifth form of verb, that is also the present tense form. So all the three sentences are in present tense. All the three sentences are in present tense, though we have used V1 in the first sentence and V5 in the second and third sentence, but all the three sentences are in present tense. Okay, so this is a short summary about verb and its forms. Now we will take some examples of the 5 forms of verbs. Okay, Now it will become more clear to you when we take the examples of some verbs which we will transform into V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Let us take the examples. V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. For example, go. V2, went. V3, gone. V4, going. And V5, goes. There are some verbs of which the first form differs from second form, which differs from third form. All the three or all the five forms are different from each other. But there are some other verbs in which the first and third form are same. For example, the first form of come is come. The V2 is came. But in V3 we have to use again come, then V4 coming, and the last one is comes. Here the first and the third form are similar. Here the first and third form are similar. Now आपके दिमाग में ये क्वेश्चन आएगा कि सर how to identify the first and third form of verb if both the forms are similar. So here we have to consider that if you use the first form of verb V1, then it will come directly after the subject. It will come directly after the subject. But if you are using the third form of verb, then you have to use the helping verb. You have to use the helping verb. For example, I come home, and second, I have come home. In the first sentence, this come is V1. Why? Because it comes directly after the subject. But in the second sentence, we have used have, which is helping verb, and thereafter we used come, which is V3. So this helping verb says us that this form of verb will be V3. Okay. Now let us continue. The next, it might happen sometimes that the second and third form of the verb are similar. First form is different and second and third form are similar. For example, talk, talked, talked, talking, talks. Now, in this example, the second and third form of the verb are similar. Okay, the first form is different, the fourth form is different, and the fifth form is different, but the second and third form are similar. Now, what we have to do to identify whether it is in V2 or whether it is in V3, we have to take the example. They talked with us, and second, they had talked with us. In the first sentence, the talked is in V2. The same rule applies. Talked is in V2. Why? Because talked come directly after the subject. But in the second sentence, we have to use had, which is helping verb. And this helping verb makes this talk V3. Because if you want to use the third form of verb, then you have to use any helping verb before it, according to the rules of the grammar. So, if you have any doubt whether this verb is in verb, second form of verb or third form of verb, then apply this rule. If the verb comes directly after the subject, then it will be second form of verb. And if there is any helping verb between subject and the verb, then it will be verb, third form of verb. Okay. Now, there are some more verbs which are similar in the first three stages. For example, cut, 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 cutting, cuts. Now you can see that the first three forms are similar. The first three forms are similar. Now there will be a doubt in your mind how to identify them. The same rule applies. Number one, if we say that the subject is Suresh, if the subject is Suresh and we have said that Suresh cut an apple. Suresh cut an apple. Now, the query in your mind will be whether this cut is V1, V2 or V3. So, remember one thing, Ramesh is noun. Ramesh is noun. So, if you want to use the correct form of verb with Ramesh, you have to use V5 means cuts. You have to use V5 cuts. It means it will not be V1. It will not be V1. Now, there is a question before us whether it will be V2 or V3. So, apply the earlier rule. There is no any helping verb between subject and verb. The verb came directly after the subject. Therefore, it will be V2. If there is any helping verb between subject and verb, then it will be V3. Otherwise, it will be V2. Okay. So there are some examples of five forms of verbs we have seen. Now remember one thing: verb is the most important topic in English grammar. It is the most important word in the sentence. It is the word which denotes action in the sentence. There are five forms of verb: V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. V1 is present tense form, V2 is past tense form, V3 is past participle form, V4 is ing or present participle form, and V5 is s or es form. Okay. One more thing, the subject with which we use V1, we use have. I have, you have, they have, we have. Okay. And the subjects with which we use V5, we use has. She has, he has, it has, Ramesh has, Suresh has, Nikita has, Sunita has. Okay. So this is the short summary about verb, which is the most important topic in English grammar. In the next class or in the next video, we will see adverb. Okay. So have a nice day. Thank you.